Yeah, there we go. I was just going to say it should be. Hello! Wow! Holy fuck!
That took a while to figure out because I had never used this damn thing before. He talked me into it.
That it should have.
He's the one that talked me into it. I don't know if it's working. Yeah, it's working now. It's working now. I don't think we got anyone in here yet. Did you just change your thing?
What do you mean?
Your profile kind of went blank for like a second.
Oh, is it still blank?
It's still blank, yeah.
Oh, Christ. I have no idea how to change it, so
you know, we'll figure that out later.
Oh, we can just roll with it. People know what I look. People know what
they know you by now. They know you.
They know who I am. They know what I look. They know what my character looks like.
Pretty much, yeah. Welcome to the stream, guys. Today we're basically discussing the development of Frederick MD and why, just kind of like just going along with what changed in the film and what basically took so freaking long to get it done.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I remember someone a while back said, "Oh, you basically announced it 3 years ago." I'm like, "Oh my God, we've been working on this for 3 years."
Ah.
Well, not necessarily, because I remember I wrote the script like a long time ago, like probably like 2 years ago. Jesus.
Yeah.
Now, here we are. The movie's finally out, and it seems to be doing really well, which is a good thing. So if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to ask them here. Feel free to ask what questions you have.
Yeah, I was reading the comments on the film, and you know they are positive.
Yeah, they are.
From what I've seen,
they're really positive so far. And I like that. I'm surprised no one has talked crap about the movie yet.
Yeah, and let's hope it keeps that way.
Let's hope. We can only hope. So yeah, I don't know what we should start with. I guess just see if anyone has any questions about the project and what went down, or you know, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. If not, then we'll just kind of like just get into kind of just the development of the process, and I'll go through what was cut from the film and why it was cut.
Yeah,
I remember like bits of it, of what was cut, but sometimes you just go with the final product that you're just like, I forgot.
Yeah, jeez.
Alright, so Epic Films ask, what was the first draft like? So I knew from the start I was basing it off of Spider-Man No Way Home, since I was obsessed with that film. Right now, though, Spider-Man No Way Home it's a good movie. It's just a good movie. But yeah, that was the concept of the movie. I remember really well that my original idea was to bring back Frederick's main villains, like all his villains that he faced off against. So I was thinking like an alternative version of Shadow Freddy when he was evil. Scar would have came back as a bad guy. Glamour Freddy would have took the Green Goblin role, I believe.
Yeah.
I think this was before you came in, Mark. I think this was like way before. So you might be confused a little bit, but yeah, I think this was way before you came into the production crew.
Before I came into the picture.
Yeah, before you came into the picture, yeah. But yeah, I don't know what other villains were there. I think Nightmare Fredbear was there too, as in the main draft, like the original first draft before I started writing. Yeah, it was mainly just the main concept was bringing back the old villains and seeing where it went from there. But after thinking about it too, I'm like, that's kind of dumb, because then it's just a recopy of No Way Home, and that's kind of lame. But then I thought of, well, what if we just made original characters for a change and just kind of base them off of the Spider-Man villains, but just more different, I guess. The only one that wasn't really based off of a Spider-Man villain was Inferno. He was by far my favorite design that I've made. So then, that's when I started coming up with Destructive Six. I don't remember what their original team name was, but just Destructive Six stood out to most to me. And then coming up with the team members, of course, Doberman, Siberia, they were in Rise of the Apocalypse. And then it came to Inferno, Dark Knight. What was the other guy's name? Bald Eagle.
Yeah, it was just Bald Eagle.
I think he was just called Eagle, but I named him Bald Eagle because he was bald.
Yeah, he was bald.
Yeah. Why did it take 3 years to finish? So we didn't really start production. Well, I didn't really start production because it was just a one-man project at the first. This was way before Mark came into the picture, when he was working on Francisca. So yeah, we were working on that for a while, and then that's when I got into script writing, and this was because I was taking a class at that time, and I was really into script writing. I wanted to do that for the films I make now. And now, writing the script, I wrote down a lot of ideas, and I will definitely go over the deleted cuts of what changed in the movie and why it was changed specifically. So yeah, writing the script, that took around a few months to make, and filming didn't really start until, I want to say, December of 2022. I want to say that. I don't know. I'll have to check. I'll have to look back. Maybe during the stream, I'll look back and see where I started filming and where it kind of finished. I know it finished filming back in 2023. That's when it finished filming. And then when it was fully put together, then that was this year, like a month ago, when we did screen testing with a couple of people that we trust, not to tell spoilers about. If we did, and we told them specifically, we would disown you. Just kidding. I'm kidding about that last part. That was a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it started off with the script. That took a few months to finish. And then filming production, it went through a lot. I remember I finished like 25 minutes of the film, and then I stopped filming for about a couple of weeks because of the family drama that happened, and it kind of discouraged me from finishing the film. I was close to canceling it at that time, actually. Now that I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It was that pretty deep. And then in some weird way, the movie kind of spoke to me because I knew what the film's theme was, and what I was going through from that time. The movie really spoke to me, and I knew I had to finish this movie because in a weird way, it kind of just gave me kind of closure in some weird way. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That we got film production done, and then it went into post-production, which took a long time. Now, we're not going to put the blame on anyone. We're not doing that because there is really no one to blame. I guess we were just really unprepared of how long this was going to take. Like we basically just underestimated it, right? Is that how the best way to put it?
Yeah, I feel like I should probably explain why it took, like why that on my end.
Yeah, you know what? I will let you take that.
Yeah. So basically, for people who know already, if they don't, then obviously this is going to be news to you. We originally planned on having a violinist on the soundtrack, right? And it's still featured in it, yeah. So the way I work, the way I tackle it, I don't really recommend doing this, but yeah. Basically, the way I worked was so I'd do the tracks or whatever. I'd do the tracks. I'd send it over to her. I'd make the score look all fancy, so then it looks somewhat decent to look at. And then obviously record.
Oh, those were.
I'd export every single instrument individually, which definitely didn't take way too long to begin with. And then I'd mix it in with everything. And then now that was that. I think she recorded like 3 tracks. I think she recorded 3 tracks in total. No, 4, 5 maybe. I don't know. I can't remember.
Interesting.
And eventually, it got to the because of how busy she worked. Because obviously she had a job going on in the background, and obviously, I respect that. We respect people's time and how things like that. There was because of that, it meant that she couldn't really respond that often or really do it that often. So yeah, back in 2023, I think it was
I think
then
it
when
was
we thought
mid 2023. I think I'm not sure.
But it was like at the beginning of 2023 roughly. Where we thought, okay, what you've done is good. I told her what you've done is enough. It's good. Actually, fun fact, that violinist's Instagram account it turned very corporate. But yeah.
Yeah. So
anyway,
basically, like just kind of just sum it all up, we just let her go.
It was back in February.
Just kind of like, yeah, but we didn't make it seem rude or just like we didn't want to be like that.
No.
But,
no, we didn't. We didn't do it in like a oh, you didn't do it, blah 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 kind of manner. No.
They helped. My violinists really helped out. So, but unfortunately, since we were trying to get this done, and since we have the parts that we need, we don't want to stress them even more. Then we kind of just lifted a burden off of them, like the weight off their shoulder.
Yeah. Well, in all honesty, it was also a weight off of mine and also Ian's shoulder as well. But anyway,
yeah, because they were waiting more on her part. But now that after we let her go, then it kind of went a little bit smoother, like a tiny bit.
Yeah, so
a tiny bit smoother.
It was around February when I began getting back into the groove of things. I think, or maybe January, something like that. Yeah. So it was around there where I started getting back into it. Or maybe it might have been just a bit before. Might have been... Wait, no, right. Hang on, I'm trying to remember it. Oh, wait, no, it was back in, like, February of 2023. Where I started getting back into the thing of everything. And then what happened was, so I was still working on it. Obviously, I should also probably mention, around this time, I was also in education still. So obviously, I had to balance all that along with Multiverse Dangers, and then I had to pause for a moment. And then I got distracted with a fan-made album thing that I tried doing. Why? Why did I get distracted? That's the thing. It's. I think it's some sort of ADHD thing that I have. I don't know, but then in summer, I got into a relationship.
What the heck? Oh, there we go.
So that meant I was balancing out like work. I was time with my girlfriend kind of thing. So it was that. Fast forward to around November, maybe December. Yeah, no, it was December. But we decided to do a bold move of trying to get it done at the end of the year. That did not go well.
It did not go well. No, it did not.
because I was stressing
We
out
really
enough
thought
as it
we
is.
could.
Because
We really thought we could get it done by then, but boy, were we wrong.
yeah. So, and then I had a lot of personal life stuff going on, which affected me very badly in terms of anxiety.
Both
I'm
had
not going to
a
get
lot
into
of.
that. A lot of anxiety shit. Excuse my language, by the way.
No, you're good.
Then, again, back in, I think it was then January of this year, where we're like, okay. There was also times during, I'm going all over the place, but bear with because I'm trying to explain it the best I can. I'm not very good at explaining shit. 20 also in 2023, before I get on to 2024, the there was there was also a thing that also affected me mentally, which was basically disbanding a group of friends. I was with a group of friends, and basically we disbanded, and it was not peaceful.
Mark? Hello?
Making it all confusing, I apologize, but 2024.
We were experiencing some technical difficulties, people. This is literally my first time using this, and it's already going to crap. Mark!
Well, what's it doing? Am I cutting
It's
out
good.
or?
You went silent. You went silent for like 10 seconds, and then it keeps cutting off on you.
Oh, great! I know how to fix it. A bogus Bobby Pooper prevails. Can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, right. Where did I get up to? What before I started cutting out? Where did I get up to before I started cutting out?
You were talking about like, I believe like a friendship you were part of, and then it didn't end well.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, 2020. Back in 2023, there was a group of friends that I was with. We disbanded, and it was not peaceful. It didn't end peacefully because, without getting into too much of the drama, what they said was an utter pile of bullshit. Anyway,
and then on to what, 2024?
now back to 2024.
I think that's where you cut off. I'm not sure.
StreamYard doesn't want me to explain anything. Nah, anyway. Yeah, so again, I got back into the groove of stuff back in February. I'd like to think it was around February, because January I was spending time with who was my girlfriend at the time. I'll get into that.
Boo.
So yeah, I was spending time with her for like a month, quality time. Obviously, this is distance relationship. Anyway, and then March came around. March was probably one of the worst times of my life so far.
I think it was the both of us that went through the kind of same thing, I believe.
So basically, in March of this year, two things happened at the same time, which brought me down very low. The first thing was my grandma passing away, which that was that was hard to process.
Mm-hmm.
And around the same time, probably before we went to the funeral, my girlfriend at the time broke up with me. So not only was I going through grief, I was also going through grief in the sense of relationship kind of grief.
So like double the grief is what he's saying.
Yep. So, yeah, that meant I had to take a few, like, I think I took like
I think it was
it
what,
took April.
2 weeks, or maybe I don't know if it was like a full on month. I don't think it was that long. It was like a few weeks.
It was around 2 months because it was roughly 2 months, something like that.
So
There
it
were
was that long.
occasional
Okay.
times.
I have bad memory.
Yeah,
Jesus.
there were occasional times where I'd go in and obviously just touch the tracks. Obviously, I would go in and touch them. And then technical stuff started happening on my end. It was annoying. Basically, MuseScore, my music software, that kept crashing.
Oh yeah, that was annoying to him. It made him go like danger mode.
It made me.
I've
It
seen
made
his
me
dark
go.
side, people. You don't want to mess with him. Trust me.
No, trust me, you really don't want. If there's someone gets on my bad side, you're fucked.
Trust
So
me,
there I was getting all pissed off about MuseScore 4 crashing. By the way, in case you're wondering, yes, it got fixed. It didn't take that long to fix, thankfully, but anyway, so then June came round. Because at this point, me and Ian, we decided to do it where he'd do the electronic stuff and I'd do all the orchestral stuff because it's fair. So eventually, I said to Ian, look, okay, what you've done is great. I'm going to handle the rest of it myself. Just because to get things done quicker, because Ian had stuff going on his end as well.
Yeah.
And then I did the very bold move of getting it done all in 1 month.
Well, I suggested that. That was the idea. I think it was in what? Did I message you that during May?
Something like that. I don't
May,
remember.
and I said, what are the possibilities we can get it done by, what was it, July? I said.
Yeah. It was by the end of June. It was by the end of June.
By the end of June, and then we couldn't make it work, so we just said, "Oh, let's just put it in July." I mean, they won't mind.
Yeah, well,
it's not like we've been developing this thing for 3 years.
But yeah, so
it's a bold move that he made on this end, but it made it work in the end, and
yeah, because I remember saying to you that I was going to do it with the cost of my mental health just going.
And I double checked on you. So for you people who are going to say, why didn't you check on him? I did. I double checked to make sure if he wanted to do this.
Yes, I did this of my own will. I did this of my own accord. It worked because I managed to think of a schedule. Believe it or not, the most organized person on the planet decided to set a schedule.
There you go.
So yeah, that is the development hell of the music, which took way too long.
Way too long. Usually, I think Francine took around, I want to say 3 months.
Even that didn't take that long.
I think it was 2 months tops, like how long Francine took. Yeah. But it was your first like soundtrack or like main movie soundtrack.
This film was like nearly 2 hours long, if that. Almost 2 hours long.
I didn't expect it to be that long. I was expecting like kind of like either an hour or 20, but an hour and 34 minutes.
Yeah.
Like Goddamn.
Basically nearly 2 hours. Yeah. I remember saying to someone,
hopefully Feel the Thunder should be a little smoother since that one's a little shorter.
Yeah. That, and also
Bernie and Lily. Without about that.
Without saying much, I am working on concepts before I actually get into the actual thing itself. It's just
he's working on another project with a different YouTuber by this point, right? Is that what you're doing now?
I'm going to be doing a different.
Going? Without revealing who it is, because that would be quite a shocker to everyone.
Yeah, actually, you do have a point there. That'd be very fucking shocking. Yeah, I don't even know if he's even announced, if they have even announced it on their end yet.
Yeah.
So, without...
Yeah, because we don't want to reveal anything, especially if it's on my stream, then it would be pretty shady. So, let's not do that.
Yeah, because they'd be like, whoa, how does he know that kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't want to know anything, really. Especially if it's a YouTuber that I grew up liking, then that's when it becomes weird. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's my bad on my end. So yeah, we're not going to reveal anything, mainly on his end. Mainly on his end. So he won't reveal anything, but he's working with someone else.
Yeah. Of course, whenever it comes to... We have to... Before we can talk about that full on, obviously we have to wait before it actually gets... I don't know if it's going to get announced like publicly yet, but it serves as an NDA. It serves as an NDA. So without revealing anything within this non-existent NDA, I'm basically preparing myself. I am grabbing all the... I'm using my gear acquisition syndrome to my full potential here, because recently a sample library manufacturer, which is called Spitfire Audio, they gave me free access for a whole year to their...
oh yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, they gave me a whole year of the newly released subscription plan thing, which the irony of that is I talked very negatively about it at first.
They were like, we appreciate your critique. Here's a year's worth of it.
Well, it was because they said to me that it's because what they said to me was they appreciated the positive vibes I was giving in the server. Believe it or not, yes, I was positive in the Discord server they have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they have a Discord server. I was very positive in it, and I offered to be a Discord mod for them. So
nice.
whether or not I get it, I've got no idea. So I had to remove all those videos just in case they saw it and were like, "Yeah, can we have it back, please?"
Yeah, we can't have negativity in our server. That kind of thing, I guess.
Well, no, I mean, in terms of the subscription thing, I don't want that being taken off me.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so that is basically what I'm doing. I'm grabbing some stuff from that subscription thing, and I'm going to be using it. I'm also going to be using it on Feel the Thunder, because... Yes, I am unhinged.
We're pretty excited about that one. I think the reshoot went really well on my end, mainly because I was on spring break, I believe.
Yeah.
And then I was able to get it done. Well, like I got like a majority of it done, and I'm like, oh yay! And then after that, it just went on pretty smoothly. And now we were holding off on Feel the Thunder because, of course, we had to work on Frederick MD, and we were trying to get it done. And he kept getting sidetracked by working on the soundtrack to Feel the Thunder, and I told him, "Hey, get back."
He was like, "No." You were like, "No,
bad mark."
We got it. And I'm like, "Oh, I wanted to prepare in advance. You could do that later." It's paraphrasing, by the way.
Yeah. All right, so I guess that's like pretty much it on the development of it. Might as well like talk about what was cut from the film on my end. I can handle that.
Yeah, probably a good idea because I have no idea what that is.
Okay, so I talked about the original first draft of the movie, what I was going for. I talked about that earlier. What else was there? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, so I remember in one of the scenes where Frederick heads to the laboratory in San Francisco, where Roxy was at the front desk of the place.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, it was Anna who was there at the front desk, and it would have made sense character development wise for Frederick, but I feel like it was off. It was going to be off for Frederick to see a different variation of his wife, knowing that. I don't know. It sounds confusing. That's why I didn't use it, because it didn't make sense on my end, and it wouldn't make sense on the audience end. Huh? What's that?
Wasn't that alternate version of his wife near the end? I'm remembering the script now. I remember the script now.
I don't know, dude. I don't remember like the first original draft, because usually when I'm done with the scripts, then that's when I kind of just toss them, because the movie's done, we're just finishing it up, and
yeah, because from what I remember,
I don't know if you have the original like script. If I send it, I don't know if it's still there. If you have it,
I don't know if I still have it on my laptop, because there was a point in time I was clearing out my laptop, but I'm almost certain it was during that part where he attacked Siberia or Susan.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember like the original version of it, but I don't know if I wrote that in. I don't know. I'm just trying to like remember like really
I remember what he would do. Well, because I remember what Frederick would do. It was about to like, because it got replaced. I think I have a feeling it might have got replaced with
maybe
this old version of Frankie, just like standing in the way of the glider before he attempts to
murder the hell out of. No, wait, no, Susan. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with me? But yeah, so yeah, Farana was originally in the movie, but it was cut because it would have probably made things more confusing to the story plot, and probably would have maybe ruined the character development of Frederick. It might have worked in the end, but on my end, then it wouldn't make sense, because his whole point is to, kind of just let go of the death and just accept that, well, she's gone physically, but she's here she's not here physically, but she is there like mentally, like emotionally, like she's there. And before the moment where he tries to stab Susan with the glider, there's like a flash imagery, and it's badly photoshopped of Farana in frame, like at a flash, and then it hovers into Frankie.
Yeah,
I think that was I don't know if anyone caught that in the movie. Yeah, that was one of the things that was cut. I don't know if there was really a lot cut from the movie. Most of the stuff in there just really stayed. Fun fact about the script. When I was writing for Dark Knight's character, or like his alternate ego, there was like code names I kept for each of the characters. There's there's Dark Knight, which is just Brandon, obviously, and then when he switched to his ego, he had a code name in the script called Demon Knight, which sounds cheesy as hell, but it made sense.
I think I also came up with. I think I also thought of the idea of him just being called Darker Knight or something like that. I don't remember. Darker Knight
or something. I don't know. But yeah, I came up with the code name. It's just so I don't get confused of which character's talking in the script. Because then if I'm reading it over and over again and I see two different variations of Dark Knight talking, I'm like, who the hell's talking? So then I had to give them code.
Yeah.
And regarding in Susan's character, yeah, she was meant to be like a more like physical threat. Because I think in one of the fight scenes where Frederick fights Doberman after Susan comes in, she was gonna fight him. She was. but she manually did it out of self-defense and trying to get her brother out of there before Frederick could do more. But I just kept it as she flies in, grabs the glasses, puts it on Doberman, then Doberman frees himself, and then they get out of there.
He basically just runs off.
Yeah, they fly away.
Hello, I am the best villain ever, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to attack the main character. I'm going to run off. No, but still, though, it works. It works.
Shrek from SML says, one of the problems I had with the film was that none of the villains, other than Doberman, acted evil or threatening in the slightest. They were just there to take orders and attack. Yeah, actually, that was one of the things that was kind of changed in the script. I don't know if that was intentional of me to do that. But yeah, they were a lot more evil in the original draft of the script. They were more evil. I think Inferno had a few lines here and there, but in the final movie, he's just silent.
He's a mute.
He's a mute, yeah. But Susan's character, it was more intentional that she was the least evil out of all of them because she didn't want to be part of this. She's only doing it because she has to. Like, her only protection is the destructive six by this point.
If you think about it.
It made sense on Susan's end, but I think the others they're just decently evil. I mean, I don't know about Voltiax is kind of a douche. Eagle is kind of this cocky eagle guy. But they're still pretty evil. And Inferno, I don't know. I don't know about Inferno. Inferno, he just follows the orders, I guess. Maybe he's just there for the ride, and maybe he got convinced into it. I don't know. I don't know like the full story behind him, but we'll see.
Inferno just drums his.
He's just there for the ride.
He just performs his own rhythm to a beat, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah. And then, of course, what else was cut? I'm trying to think of what else was gone out of the film. I remember. Okay, so originally, alternate Frankie was... she came from another universe, too, originally. But that was cut from the film because it wouldn't make sense. Like, how did she get there in the first place? Like, how did she travel? How did she travel into the exact same universe that Frederick was in when he traveled? So then that's when I was like, oh, what if like Frederick B and Frankie, they were just partners in crime, and then they knew they had like this vision in their head that another variation of Frederick was there, and he was getting his ass kicked. And then that's when they're like, oh, we gotta go help him. Just runs all the way. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll go more into detail about their story. Maybe in a dedicated episode with them. That'd be cool. I think I'll do that. Yeah. Just so like we get the little point of view on what happened and how they found out about Frederick. Maybe a dedicated episode to that. That actually sounds like a good idea. What else? What else was cut? I'm trying to like remember. I don't know. I'm saying like not a lot was cut from the movie. Like most of the stuff that was there is just it kind of just stayed in.
Yeah.
Shrek, you reckon we should talk about... Though I like that, actually kind of like the darker. Yeah, this movie's a lot darker compared to the original one. I was so mad that I didn't make the first Frederick movie as epic as it was. There was originally a lot of stuff in the original Frederick that was really cut because I had no idea what I could do with the character by this point. So I just kind of went with this weird Despicable Me type movie with Scar as the main villain before he became a cyborg. But yeah, Frederick MD it's a more darker movie. Not dark, or just it's like a darker tone.
Yeah.
With an actual theme.
Even the music has a dark tone to it.
Yeah, you really knocked it out of the park. You and Ian.
Jesus, yeah.
You guys knocked it out of the park.
I actually am making a video where I am kind of where I'm just walking through the soundtrack. I am doing one of those kinds of videos because I've noticed I've done it with like other projects, and I thought, why not do it with Multiverse Dangers? That's what I'm gonna do.
Did you do one with Francine yet, or was all the files for the Francisco soundtrack like already taken down? Like not like the files.
I
Like
know what you
recent.
mean. I know what you mean. I would have done it with that, but to be honest, I can't remember shit with it.
Yeah, I had a feeling you would say that. Yeah,
I
that's
like
fine.
to,
We don't.
if I'm talking about my music, I like to talk about my recent tracks because it's more up to date compared to Francisca. Francisca, whilst that's, yes, it is a soundtrack, I prefer to talk about my newer stuff because my newer stuff sounds, let's face it, a lot more high quality and a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I am going to be doing it with Multiverse Dangers, definitely,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of oral stuff I can make with that.
Yeah, there was a lot in that movie. I listened to the entire album and it really shocked me. Like just
Yeah, and
listening
then
all of it
also,
put together, it just like it blows my mind. Or
yeah,
blows
well
my
even
eardrums, I should say.
yeah, and
That makes more
obviously there
sense
are some
actually.
unreleased bits. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Shrek from SML says, though I'm pretty sure the darkest film in the ECU is Rise of the Apocalypse. I don't think you guys are ready for Secret Identity, honestly.
Uh,
I haven't shown Mark yet. I have not shown him yet, but I plan on reshooting some things with that one. So Secret
yeah,
Identity
you're
is
right.
the ECU special kind of movie. It's like a short film.
Oh,
And this
okay.
one supposedly is the darkest like short film in the ECU. Like it has like a darker tone and kind of a darker theme. Not like anything like crazy, unlike what Pogo's doing. I'll say that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I
Okay,
mean,
that is the last time I'm gonna reference that guy. I swear. I'm gonna
yeah,
stop. I'm gonna
probably a good
stop
idea.
referencing him.
We don't want to start
Because
shit.
then I'll get into trouble. But yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
don't want to shit them intentionally.
We don't want to start anything with that guy. All right. So like I was saying, yeah, Secret Identity is for sure gonna be the darkest that you guys will ever see of the ECU because it has probably one of the most darker villains in the series. I mean, I will say that the villain that we revealed for Burning Lily, Kitsune, she is pretty dark, but I haven't really wrote anything talking about that character yet. But yeah,
Nah.
yeah, not yet, but we're working on it. Uh, are we talking Kung Fu Panda 2 levels of darkness? Yeah, kind of like that. I'd say like that, but if we're talking about Burning and Lily, then yeah, well, I can. That's the kind of level of darkness I can say. But for Secret Identity, I'm talking more. I want to say kind of like realistic tone. So like those cop shows you would watch or Law and Order, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That kind of thing is what I'm talking about for a level of darkness. But since it's plushy, it's gonna be hard to capture that.
Yeah. I think what will probably complete it will be the music side of things. I think the music will probably complete that.
I think
It'll make it.
because the music helps. It really helps. I mean,
Yeah.
Frederick MD without the music, it still feels like a dark film, but with the music, the tone just
Without
changes completely.
I think without the music for Multiverse Dangers, it wouldn't have the same impact.
Yeah, and I think that's where both of you guys succeeded like really well.
I think my favorite track out of all of them has to be the track that plays when Frederick goes and attacks Siberia.
Yeah,
That is my personal favorite because I vented out a lot of emotions in that.
you basically put out your hatred for your ex in that one.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. We both kind of just laughed it off as a joke, but yeah.
We laughed it off as a joke, but I'm not even kidding. I literally used that kind of thing as a stimulus whilst also watching the film, and I thought, oh, imagine if that was you. All right, let's go ape shit. Let's go ape
You
shit.
just photoshopped a picture over Siberia, and you're just like, yeah.
Well, in my head, I would have done that. Or in my head, I would have imagined her OC and my OC. And my OC obviously just
Oh yeah, that would actually
going.
be better.
That's what I kind of imagined. But yeah, my imagination is wild.
It is wild. We've
See,
seen it.
other people will see it as plush, right? Other people see it as plush. I don't see it that way. In my head, I do not see it like that. I do not see plush. I do not see a plush movie as a plush movie in my head. In my head, it's literally animated. I'm not even kidding.
Dude, imagine if it was animated, then the boundaries would be set freaking hard. Like,
yeah.
If it was animated, then it would feel like, oh my god, this is masterpiece. But no, it's plushies. Yeah. But I get what you're saying. And like a plush movie kind of feels animated, and I fully agree. And I'm so thankful someone finally said that. Someone finally said that.
Yeah. Depending on how it's done, it genuinely does feel animated. Because believe it or not, a little bit of side trivia for people who don't know. When I was younger, when I started my YouTube channel, I actually originally planned on trying to become a plush tuber. So, yeah, when I was younger, I used to roleplay with my plushies quite a lot. So, I think that's probably where I get that from.
Shrek from SML is asking you, what do you think of dubstep? I don't know what that is.
Dubstep is a type of music. It's basically it's like, imagine just it's electronic music. That's all I can really describe it as. It's electronic.
Okay.
I don't listen to much of it. So I can't really give like a solid opinion on it. Which is ironic because the Multiverse Dangers soundtrack has electronic elements. Fun fact: the drum machine that you hear from it, the drum machine that you hear in Multiverse Dangers, you probably think, "Oh, Ian did that." No, I programmed that.
That was you. That was you. Yeah.
Which is funny. I have no idea how to program drum machines, and yet I went fucking hard on it. Particularly the track which is called Volts, Flights and Flames. I went ham down on the drum machine on that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on the ending part. And the ending part is the part that plays when Eagle gets electrocuted for like the second.
Poor Eagle. Jesus Christ. I think out of all the villains in the movie that got their ass kicked the most, I think it was Eagle.
Thing is, the way the track...
He got the most handed to him.
The way the track ends just before he gets electrocuted, that was not intentional. But I kept it that way. Because I thought, this is funny.
Yeah.
That's just because it's a serious movie doesn't mean we can't play with comedy.
We can't play with the comedy. Yeah, the movie has some good sense of humor.
Like, for example, when this alternate version of is beating up. For example, whenever the Inferno and Frankie scene happens, you have Inferno just trying to hit her, and then he fails, and then she just fucking whacks him a bunch. I just thought that were very
face, and then
that's why the music cuts. That's why the music cuts, because I actually thought that was a funny gag, and then obviously
even in the Doberman fight when Fredrick deflects the rock at him, he goes, "Oh damn." I think that was probably the best funny comedy moment in the film by my standard, like my favorite part. Because someone expected of him to say that, but it makes funny and it just makes sense.
Yeah, just
Boop.
Oh damn!
Oh damn!
Yeah, I thought that was also very funny as well. That's
Your friend
actually two
thought that was
separate.
funny too, and I was like, success.
Yeah, obviously for the third part of that fight, that same fight, because I did the fight in like phases. It's like you had the first one, and then obviously the music stops
Yeah.
just before he goes, "Oh damn!" And then there's the second bit where he gets back up and then tries to whack him, and then Frederick, if I'm remembering rightly,
Outsmarts him or something,
yeah.
and
And
then ties
then
the
there's
freaking
another bit.
arms around him like nothing. Like
You probably
those
yeah.
things probably
For
weigh a
those,
ton.
yeah. For those who have a good music ear, you'll probably notice that the third track is actually basically what you hear during the last Doberman fight. And that's because I decided to do a music edit because I was too lazy, and also the movie would take too fucking long if I didn't do that. So yeah, that's basically what happened. It was worth it though.
It was actually like this was probably one of my favorite projects I've worked on with you. And this is what our third like kind of film worked on together, because you did Francine, then we did the Christmas special, and now here we are, Frederick MD.
Actually, it was fourth because if you remember, there was also that one episode of the Nightmare Continue. No, actually,
yeah. I guess that counts too. Those count too.
Technically, it's five because I did 2 episodes of the Nightmare Continues, and I also did.
Yeah, so yeah,
because
it's
I did the
5 times we've worked together on the projects, and now we're going on to 6 with Feel the Thunder, which won't get worked on until he's done with the other project that he's working on with someone else.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I will most likely get some Nightmare Continues episodes out. I just finished wrapping up filming one before the stream even started.
Wow, that's convenient.
No, I got it done really fast. I knew what I was doing with it, so I got it done really fast.
I mean, it's better than me because I'm very bad at making videos. I'm very bad at making videos, especially in terms of editing. But
they don't even have a freaking budget. I just
roll
with it.
The videos I currently make, where I'm just like talking about stuff, those take up way too much of my time. So it's like, in my defense, I do those unscripted. And I ramble a lot.
Ramble on about it.
I ramble on about one topic. And I also go off on a tangent about Crow Hill Company, but let's not get into that.
Yeah, let's not.
Because if I go on a tangent about that, I basically don't stop. So yeah.
All right, well, I don't know if there's really anything else to talk about. I mean, we kind of just went over everything about behind the scenes about the movie.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm reading there's one of the comments from that Shrek from SML guy, which says, I'm not going to lie, the ending of Multiverse Dangers is probably the TGPS film that got me closest to crying. I don't know why. That's what
Maybe it was the ending. There's a lot of moments, like sad moments in the movie. There was a lot.
I think the one that hit me the most, the thing that actually got me the most was the hug the alternate Frankie gives Frederick when
that was a pretty good moment. That really.
I don't usually end up actually feeling emotional over a scene I do.
But you got emotional.
I got emotional. Yeah, I think I messaged you saying that the music made me tear up. And, some people some composers will just say that just to make the film look good. But I'm being serious though. It
Yeah, he's being
genuinely
dead. I'm
makes
not paying him to say that. I'm not paying him to say that.
no. I genuinely felt that, and whenever I feel something, yeah,
He's being serious.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm
Just
glad
like
that the movie's doing really well. I mean, the views wise, it's really low, but in my eyes, I call it a success. I call it a success.
it has over like a million.
2,000 views
No,
or
not a
something.
yeah. Has like over 2,000 views. So really, I think that's.
And then it got overbeaten by the Plush tuber video I made, and I'm starting to think I should have waited on that. So I'll go with my bad. But it seems like it's bringing new people, so hopefully they'll see Frederick MD. Now that I mentioned it in that video too.
Thing is, the videos that you make, you get in terms of views, yours get a lot more compared to what I get. I'm not even kidding. My most popular videos are literally to do with Mario the Music Box because I'm a composer on that team as well.
Yeah.
So, that's also a reason why I what took so long with Multiverse Dangers. I also got part of that team as well.
He's been a busy man.
I've been a busy man.
He's been a very busy British man.
Yeah, I'm a very busy British man in a local town for local people. This is a local shop for local people. There's nothing for you here. It's funny because I get the reference to that, and nobody else is going to get it. So it's like an inside joke only for myself.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and before you ask, yes, we do joke about it a lot. We mess around behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, we mess about. I particularly mess about a lot. I also like to send random out of context clips of my favorite show to him.
He does.
It's like number 9, but yeah, I could go on a whole tangent about that. It's my hyperfixation. It's an autism thing. It's my it's something I get hyperfixated on.
Well, I guess that's pretty much it for the stream. I guess I can do one more thing before we go. I did make the villain for Bernie and Lily. I'm still trying to practice how to pronounce her name before we start filming for the film, because it's
Kitsune.
Kitsune, but her first name is like Kuro Kitsune or something.
Kuro Kitsune, yeah.
Which actually Mark came up with the first name, and then I came up with the last name. So
yeah,
we both kind of named the character using a translation in ancient Japanese, or just Japanese in general.
The name Kuro means black,
and then Kitsune means fox. So her kind of full name is Black Fox, which
just
kind of doesn't make sense, but it makes sense because in Japan, white foxes are known as good luck. So thinking about the opposite, and the color black is known as unlucky. The name of this character is like kind of like the opposite of what the nine-tailed fox is known for.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that's what she is. She's a nine-tailed fox. And I guess I can do this. Here.
Yeah, there's a good preview. There we are.
It looks like a beaver tail, but you can see the little lines right there. It's indicating the nine. I'm trying to. Jesus Christ, dude! I don't know how to do this.
I've never done it, so I can't.
Up like this. Doesn't
you got games on your phone?
It reminds me of the.
You got games on your phone?
Yeah. So originally, when I made the plushie, her nose was like that. I'm not kidding. Like it was farther down and looked so wonky as hell. So I fixed it and like I sewed it in place.
Yeah.
It turned out really good. This is probably my favorite one of the plushies I made of the villain.
Yeah.
So pretty rad.
Oh, we got a couple more questions. Is there going to be an episode that Frederick and Frankie will go on a date soon or no?
That's a maybe. Because their relationship in the series is kind of weird. I mean, they're dating, but they kind of agreed like they wouldn't do any like couple related stuff because they've known each other since they were friends, and it's okay to be in a relationship while acting like a group of friends.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't really go on dates that much. I mean, they would, but they wouldn't do like romantic dates. They would just do like go see a movie or go to a party club or something.
Yeah, normal stuff.
Normal adult stuff that we can't do.
I mean, maybe don't say adult because that might sound a bit sus, but not that way.
Not that way. No, God, no. Jesus, no. Someone, no, wait, no.
And then someone
said, is she related to Inferno?
Yeah,
no.
I was just going to read that.
No, Kitsune is not related to Inferno in any way. We know that for a fact.
Yeah, Inferno's a panda.
He's a red panda.
Yeah, that.
And Kitsune's a nine-tailed orange fox.
In response to the adult stuff, Shrek from SML just goes, I was about to say,
Donkey.
I was about to say, Donkey.
Oh, yeah, Shrek 5 is being made. Jesus, man. They're not done. They're not done.
No, and apparently
franchise dry.
Yeah, apparently they're bringing all the cast back. So it's good. Cool. That's not voicing any of the voices. TGPS, buy me cheesecake, is what Shrek from SML.
I will not buy you cheesecake. Someone said, what will Bernie and Lily look like in the Francisco Fighter? Now, they're not in the comics, I would say. I mean, there were Easter eggs in episode 1, I believe. I mean, you saw a glimpse of Lily in the comic in one of the panels. And then you saw like a tiny, tiny glimpse of Bernie. So yeah, they're in the universe, but they're not main characters. They're just Easter eggs of fans of the
They're in the universe, just not canon. Yes, they're in the universe, just not canon.
Yeah, there's like a lot of Easter eggs in the first episode. I don't know if there's any Easter eggs in the newer ones. I think I'm adding more Easter eggs or something. Maybe like references. Wait, no. Episode 2 had a Easter egg. I believe it was a Markiplier reference. It was the Bite of 87 reference or something.
I gotta be honest, I don't actually read them, so I don't know.
No, because I've been working a lot on the comics. I'm taking a break from the comics because, dear God, it takes so long to make a comic.
Oh, I can imagine. As someone who is with an artist, in a relationship with an artist, I can understand how long it takes.
Yeah, I'm taking a break from Francisco. I know what the next comic's going to be if I ever get back to it, but since I'm starting college again within maybe a month, I got into a class that does storyboard for like animation. Yeah. So it's going to be cool. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at animation, guys. But what I can say is I want to work on animated shorts for Francisco Fighters. So like kind of like I don't know how to say it. It's like little short stories, like maybe 20-second clips of the characters. Like I would get voice actors to play the characters while I did the animation and just see how it goes from there. Maybe that will build up the attention span to the Francisco Fighters. It's kind of considered indie animation by this point. Like kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. So hopefully it'll bring more attention to the series, and we'll see how it goes from there. But other than that, I think that's it. This was a lot of fun to do this. I'd never used StreamYard before, and it was quite the ride to get it working.
Oh yeah. Basically, he was trying to figure out how to invite me into the room, and then I couldn't hear him, and then he left, and then he joined, and then I couldn't,
And then
still couldn't
we
hear him.
fixed it again, and then like it was like
Eventually,
it was like kind of like the whole thing. Luckily, the stream wasn't going. I was scared that someone was seeing that, but luckily there was
yeah,
a go live button that was there. I'm like, oh, thank God, no one saw that, because that
yeah,
was
no, I remember.
that was a hassle to get it working.
Whenever I first did a stream, I also did that silly mistake of thinking that it was automatically live. So then I started talking, just like, okay, welcome to the stream. Oh, it's not live.
It's not
Fuck.
working.
Because I was clicking on the video and it was like waiting for him to go live, basically. And I'm like, oh, okay. Why is it not gone live? Oh, there's a button. What happens if I press the button? Oh, we're live. Hello.
Oh, it's live now. That kind of thing.
It's live now. We also, I think, going back onto the whole joking about like British, I think we also thought it would be funny if we had like a British character in Francisco Fighters at one point. I think we did make a joke. Yeah, and then I just sent you a bunch of voice messages just
I remember like a few days ago we were joking about Gordon Ramsay or something. I think like
yeah,
we were joking about Gordon Ramsay's accent.
Yeah, we were also joking about if Reece Smith and Gordon Ramsay were in the same group. It's funny because no one else will know.
Now that I think about it, one of the villains in the Francisco Fighters, Gordon, my fan casting is Gordon Ramsay.
Bloody hell.
So if you kind of think about it, I think he's British.
Well,
maybe. I don't know. I have to look into that. I have to look into that and what I was intending for the character. But I'm the creator. I can change anything.
Yeah. I'll have to
say what's true and what's not true.
Yeah.
Where's the lamb sauce? Yeah.
Oh, but I can either have giraffe, snake, or sausage dog.
Oh my god, I can't. There's so many memes of Gordon Ramsay on the internet. I can't.
Well, I was referencing Inside Number 9, but yeah. But I can have sausage dog, snake, or giraffe. Now, if I was to have a voice act for a character, I'd definitely do it in the Reece Smith manner. Reece Smith is one of the good actors, and if you don't know who he is, search him up and look at the stuff he's in. He's very good. There's actually a short film. I'll send you. Right, TGPS. I'll send you this short film whenever we get off the stream, but it is very good. Like this dark comedy one. You can watch it on YouTube. It's called Him Indoors. It stars Reece Smith. It is very good. It's only 11 minutes long. That's how short we're talking.
Mm.
But it is good. Right. It's a good introduction to Reece. So yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know what else to say.
No, I think we can just end it here. Really, I mean, we pretty much just talked about the whole behind the scenes about the movie.
Pretty much. Also answered some questions. Oh, wait, hang on. Let's look at the comments first, actually. What have we got in the live chat? Oh, it's not really much, is it?
Nah, not really. I mean, it was still fun, nonetheless. All right, well, that just about does it. If we'll do more of these StreamYard streams, yeah, I'll probably be doing it more often, actually. This was a lot of fun. I like talking to people live stream.
I should probably also just say that because you're on the free plan, you can only do it like a certain length of time per month. I think it's like 3 hours per month.
Well, I don't plan on doing streams that long.
No.
So it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah,
I'll
I
most
know
likely
that.
keep track of the times, and usually I have a limit because right now it's lunchtime and I haven't eaten yet.
Jesus, I mean, it's not as bad as me. I'm not gonna. Me,
It's late on
I'm
your end.
gonna. I sometimes skip meals. It's not ideal. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't.
For the love of God, don't skip meals. It's not very good for your health.
Especially breakfast. Don't skip breakfast.
Definitely don't skip that.
Yeah.
I've done that a couple of times. Do not do it. It is horrible. It is a bad
Even if you
experience.
do skip breakfast, have brunch.
The closest thing I have to breakfast in the morning is a cup of coffee.
Coffee.
Anyway,
All right. I'm
yeah.
yawning.
All
right, that just about does it, guys. See you next time on the next stream, probably on here, and we'll see if we can get some people on here and talk about things. Maybe do some game live streams on here and play on the tablet, I guess. I don't know. We'll see.
Just have to figure out.
We'll figure it out. I'm still learning how to use this thing.
I mean, I can give you stream ideas if you really want.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That's about does it, guys. See you later.
That